Okay, welcome to Daily 3D Revolve. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial in Design Spark Mechanical. We're going to be making a wooden mortar and pestle, a little grinder. And we're going to go ahead and open up Design Spark Mechanical. I have a picture in here, and once we create this, I'm going to go ahead and save it out as an STL. We'll bring that into Rhino and we'll add the wood texture to it. Okay, so I've got a tape measure here. I'm going to measure the one I have here at the house. Okay, it's 3 inches wide. So we're going to go ahead and start with the center line. Let's drag a line straight down. We're going to land up revolving this around all the way. We'll go ahead and drag a line out over here, 1.5. And we'll come down to about here. Then I'm going to end the line. I'm going to go ahead and put another line at the bottom for the base. A little bit bigger than the actual top part, so 1.75 should be okay. We'll come up 0.5. Well, let's come up 0.625. Then we're going to come over. Then we're going to come up. And then we'll finish it off. Okay, this is what I'm going to do here is put a curve in here. So we'll go ahead and get our 3-point arch. I'm going to start here at the top, go down here to the bottom, put a slight curve in. Go ahead and select the click off. I'm going to get rid of that line there. So this is our basic shape here. I'm going to go ahead and Control plus to zoom in. Grab your pan tool and just kind of pan up a little bit. I'm going to add some fillets in here. So we'll go ahead and add the create rounded corners. We'll go ahead and create a 0.25 fillet there. And then we'll create a little bit bigger one there. 0.438. Then we're going to add a rounded one here. 0.25. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and round this right here as well. 0.25. All right, and we have a good start for that base, so we'll go Control. Or actually, don't, just go ahead and grab your pan tool and move over, because we're going to do this piece right here now. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and start up here. Going to drag a line straight down. And we'll go ahead and make this, just taking a measurement here off the one I have here, about 6 inches. So that's probably good right here. We don't need to, doesn't have to be super big. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and get the ellipse tool. And we're going to go probably from here. We'll go straight up. And then we'll just kind of bow this out. Okay, go ahead and select, click off. Now we're going to go ahead and get another ellipse. We'll go from here over. Click and drag up. That's good right there. Select the click off. Now we're going to go ahead and get our 3-point arch. We're going to put a point there, down to there, and then just kind of a, okay, get our select tool. Now we got the start of this. Let's pan up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and pan up here. We want to add this piece in here. So we'll go ahead and get the ellipse tool. We'll go from there over. Click, we'll get the select tool. Now we're going to put a little 3-point arch in there, so go ahead and grab the 3-point arch tool. We'll go from that tangent spot up to there. And then we'll go ahead and select. Now we're going to trim away all this stuff we don't need, so we'll go ahead and get the trim away tool. Or you can type in T is a shortcut on your command on your keyboard command. So we'll go ahead and click on these pieces here. All right, that don't look too bad. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Get rid of that piece. We're going to go ahead and pan down, so click and drag. Oh, for some reason I got rid of that piece there. That's all right. We're going to go ahead and add it with the 3-point arch. We'll go from there to there. All right, this has to kind of have a top to it, so I'm going to go ahead and put a line in here. Let's turn off our snaps. We'll just go straight across the top like this, get our select tool to click off, and then we'll go ahead and grab the trim away tool. Trim away that piece, and that piece. Okay, now we're ready to do the revolving on this. I'm going to go ahead and make this bowl inside here shallow. It doesn't have to be too deep, so we're going to go maybe make it a 2-inch deep bowl. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. Use your select tool, click on the graphic, hit delete. Okay, now we're going to do our offset. Grab our offset curve. We want to come down 2 inches. Enter. Okay, so I want all this bottom part to be solid, but I want the top part to have some thickness to it. So we're looking at about 1/4 of an inch thickness. So we're going to go offset. I'm going to offset this curve here, 0.25. Okay, so this part in here is going to be our, I want to go down a little farther than 2. The one that I have is 2 inches deep. I think I'm going to do like 2.5. So we'll go back, delete that line, go offset, click on there, and go down to 2.5. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now we're going to get our trim away tool. I'm going to trim away that little top piece, these pieces here. Then we want to round that. So we'll go ahead and get our fillet tool, which is the create rounded corner. Click there. Okay, so this piece is going to get revolved. It will be solid. And this will be the empty part. This is going to get revolved around too. So let's go ahead and get rid of that line. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and spin this. Click on pull. We're going to go ahead and select that piece. And then we're going to say revolve. We're going to revolve it around here. And then we're going to click the full pull. Okay, there's the mortar. We're going to do the same thing with the pestle. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but we'll click on that. We'll go ahead and say revolve. We'll revolve from there. Then we'll click the full pull. Okay, this I'm not going to do anything with. It's pretty much done as it is. We'll go ahead and get our spin tool. I'm going to add some fillets, just one fillet on the inside here. So we'll go ahead and click that, and we'll just pull. I want to do a 1.2 fillet. Okay, we'll go ahead and spin this, make sure it looks good. That looks pretty good. I am going to add a fillet down here too, so we'll go ahead and pull. Click on that base. We'll do a 1.4 fillet. Let's spin this. Doesn't look too bad. Let's go to top view. Okay, one thing I wanted to do is put a notch in here. I have a little notch on mine. So we'll go ahead and select that piece there. We'll grab our rectangle tool. We're going to say define from center. We're going to put a little notch in there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and say pull. I'm going to select this piece here. I'm going to revolve it. I'm going to revolve it around here. Then we're going to say full pull. Let's go ahead and spin this. And now we're going to go pull on this, select pull. Let's go back to the pull. Let's say cut. Then we're going to pull on that. May not be able to do it this way. Okay, let's go. Let's undo that. Okay, I'm going to leave that little notch out. This will be fine for now. I would have had to have created that when I did the initial revolve, and I didn't do that, so that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and save this. Mortar and pestle. Okay, we're going to go save it on the desktop. Okay, now we're going to do a save as, and we're going to save this as an STL file. Desktop. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and close this. We're going to open up, we're going to click and drag our STL file onto Rhino 7. We want it to be in inches, so we'll go ahead and say OK. Now we're going to go on the planes here. We're going to click on this maximize one. And then we're going to go on the view up here, or actually view here. We're going to go down to activate viewport for the top. And then we're going to say view again. We're going to select render. Now we're going to rotate this, pull this down a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go ahead on our materials here. We're going to go ahead and click on this plus, and if your material isn't loaded, just come up here to the panels and make sure that there's a check mark next to materials. So we'll go ahead and add that plus. We'll import from the material library. We'll come down here to the wood. I'm going to go ahead and give this a wood texture. Maybe a dark wood would look good. Maybe this one right here. Okay, so we're going to click over here to make sure that this is colored. And then we're going to click this over here and make sure this one is click and drag. Actually, sometimes you got to double click in the space there. Click, drag there. Okay, now we're going to go here to the views. And we're going to go activate the perspective view. Active viewport is going to be perspective. Now we got to go back to view and say rendered. Now we need to click and drag with our right mouse button, and we'll go ahead and give this a spin. This actually looks pretty good, so pretty happy with that. We can go ahead and click on that and go ahead and say rotate. Guess we could change, go here to the viewer, so we have the four views. So now I'm going to kind of move this. Okay, this doesn't look too bad. So now we'll go over here to the full. Spin this. Actually, I have to lay that down flat a little bit more. Let's go back to our views. Go ahead and move this stuff around. Got to go back to rotate. Click on that spoon. Another click. Right mouse click. Go ahead and click there. Let's click on that and drag it to the kind of over here, so it's like this. Okay, now we'll go ahead and go back to the full view there. Oh, this is like somehow on the bottom. That's not in the right spot. Okay, now we'll get our pointer tool. We'll click. We'll move this over here like this. Let's move it one more time. We'll just pull this through to the front. I can do that. Now we have to go back to our 4 viewports. Click on this, pull it up so it's even with the cup. And we're going to click and drag that. Want this to be on the top. Okay, now okay, let's go back up to our front view, change that to set viewport for the perspective. And then we'll go to view, we'll change that to rendered. This is still not in the right spot. Now we'll just spin this around. Select all, move this into place. Select all. Okay, wanted something like this. Doesn't look too bad. So I'm going to do the Windows key Shift S. We're going to come up here and drag a marquee around what we want to capture. Okay, now we're going to come down here, go to Paint, Control V to paste. We'll hit our crop tool. Now we'll save this as a JPEG. Okay, we'll go ahead and go to the desktop, and then we'll give it a name. Okay, that's going to end today's tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you found anything useful out of this, please consider liking and subscribing. And thank you for watching.